In the news, Governor Ayedatiwa expresses commitment to transforming Ondo State economy for prosperity of residents. Bandits attack 9 Benue villages, killing 25 inhabitants. And from the foreign scene, Russian attack on facility leaves 1 million Ukrainians without power. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on the news at 7 on Osrc television. I am Oyewumi Ayinigbara. Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa says he is committed to transforming the state for the economic prosperity of the people. The governor at the launch of a book written in his honor entitled The Man Ayedatiwa, The Qualities of a Good Leader, expressed his desire to grow the state's economy towards improving the well-being of the people. Ayedatiwa, who called for more support of the people for his administration, reassured of his resolve to make the state an investment haven. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole has the detail.
Seated here at the International Culture and Events Center, the Dome in Akure, are people from all walks of life who gathered to identify with the vision of Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa to advance the state while sustaining the impactful governance.
Governor of Ondo State, Lucky
The event marked the launch of a book in honor of the governor entitled The Man Ayedatiwa, The Qualities of a Good Leader. Chairman on the occasion, Valentine Olaleye, represented by Ugonna Umero, who described the event as a celebration of remarkable achievements of Governor Ayedatiwa, noted that the governor has demonstrated exceptional leadership, dedication, and unwavering commitment to better the state.
We have undoubtedly set a standard for governance in the state and has inspired hope, optimism, and togetherness for the people of our great state. I would like to express my heartfelt congratulations to the governor on this great book launch. I would like to urge us all, the great people of Ondo State, to continue to support and encourage and collaborate with our great governor, Governor Ayedatiwa.
Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, who thanked the people for their support, said his dedication to the development of the state remains unwavering. The governor reassured of his resolve to promote and sustain policies and programs that impact the people positively.
Not just to run as governor of Ondo State, but to continue in government as the governor. All we are talking about is continuity of the good work that we have started. And for those of you that are here, I don't need to seek your support any further because you already know the man Ayedatiwa.
High point of the event was the launch of the book by eminent personalities from across Nigeria. From the International Culture and Events Center, the Dome in Akure, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
The Ondo State government says it will continue to support any group that is ready for the development of the state. The state governor Lucky Ayedatiwa spoke at the commissioning of a secretariat complex built by Ondo State Association of Retired Heads of Service and Permanent Secretaries in Akure. Government House correspondent Zimo Ebiemi covers the event as presented from our studios.
The The commissioning of the Secretariat complex built by the Ondo State Association of Retired Heads of Service and Permanent Secretaries attracted eminent personalities from far and near. Addressing the group, Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, represented by the State Head of Service, Bayo Philip, said government will continue to do its best possible in bringing more development to the state. Governor Aiyedatiwa assured the association that government will join hands with the group that are ready to take the state to appreciable level.
Mr. Governor recognizes your association as a deep repository of public service knowledge of how governance should run, a reference point of timeless bureaucratic wisdom. That is the idea of Mr. Governor.
The governor also appreciated the group for the honor done the first secretary to the state military administrator and head of service, Chief Theophilus Iwajomo, by naming the secretariat after him. He assured that government will continue to rely on the wealth of experience of professional groups whenever the need arises.
I feel emotional about Iwajomo, and I know Mr. Governor will feel the same way. And I also want to assure barrier within our own little sphere, that is the bureaucracy. We don't need no protocol before we begin to reflect his name. And I promise we are going to do that.
The president of the association, Prince Fioye Bajowa, appreciated the former state governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, for donating the complex.
In reaching our present position, we remember with sense of gratitude our late governor, Arakuni Oluwarotimi Akeredolu son, COL, who in his magnanimity agreed to review the pensions of our own members. He also assisted the association by allocating this site to us for development as our secretariat.
Also speaking, chairman on the occasion, Senator Jide Ikpinshagba, who was represented by Mr. Olumide Abudu, expressed optimism that members would provide intellectual support to the state.
Thank you very much, sir, for the service you have rendered to the nation and the state. Your legacies are there to see. It has been a great privilege serving. While you are doing this, some of you who started this career are not here today. Peradventure, many are in the grave, some are nowhere to be found, but you count yourself worthy to be here today. I think it's a privilege, a rare one that worth appreciating, thanking God for.
Some of the members who spoke with Osrc said the complex will provide a conducive atmosphere for them. They urge members to make judicious use of the secretariat. The governor's representative, traditional rulers, and other dignitaries were conducted around the complex.
Head of Service of the Ondo State Workforce, Bayo Philip, as charge of the Change Ambassadors of Ondo Service Improvement Program, ODSIP, to be steadfast and continue to give the Public Service Reform Office the needed support in the strive to improving the state's public service. During his interactive meeting with the Change Ambassadors in the state, Mr. Philip harped on the need for civil servants to be passionate about their work. Omoshiliola Adesoya Ajayi reports that it was another opportunity to take civil servant through the component and importance of health and wellness, as well as excellence in service delivery and leadership training.
It was the 16th edition of the quarterly meeting of the Change Ambassadors and the maiden interface with the 16th Head of Service in Ondo State. The aim was to ensure sustainability reform in the civil service and to enhance the values of the initiative and its role in the overall delivery of good governance in the state. The Head of Service, Mr. Bayo Philip, who emphasized on the importance of positive conduct in public service to good governance, charged the people to spread the gospel of delivering effectively and with efficiency.
We shall distill the essence of our reform to mean just two things, and this shall be your new gospel going forward. We just need two things. Don't deliver short, don't deliver late.
Earlier in his welcome address, the Permanent Secretary, Department of Public Service Reform and Development, Mr. Adewale Omomowo, charged the ambassador to continue to strive to do things concerning the service better.
That as reformers, it is our duty to continually strive to do things better by enlightening our other colleagues on issues concerning the service and also cascading our lecture at our different MBAs.
Delivering a lecture on the components and importance of health and wellness, the Director General, Ondo State Contributory Health Commission, Dr. Abiodun Yeneyi, harped on the need for civil servants to live a healthy life, while the State Chairman, Nigerian Institution of Quantity Surveyors, Mrs. Temitope Momo, enlightened the agents of change on how to perform excellently in delivering quality service.
As much as we can, we must take natural meals. We must do exercise. We must take a walk. If you have any issue, go to the hospital, let them manage you.
Some of the participants promised to work for things that will entrench the tenets of OTSIP in state public service.
Interaction is that I've known the importance and component of health and wellness. How to eat well, how to drink well, that's just everything that makes somebody live a ready life.
The first resource person that gave a lecture here this morning spoke about how we civil servants should manage our health and how this has been extended to civil servants in the state as regards the maternal health of our pregnant women, also how we can check our health status.
From the HOS speech, it was like a lecture of its own, that we should deliver not short and not late. It's a lot of lesson that we should put in efficiency into everything that we do.
It is expected that the take-home from the gathering will be replicated across MDAs. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, Osrc News.
The importance of forest and tree planting of human existence has been stressed. Permanent Secretary on the State Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, Oluwagbenga Akingbasote, reiterated the fact that the nursery site of the ministry in Okeeda, Akure, to mark this year's International Day of Forest with the theme Forest and Innovation, New Solutions for a Better World. Mr. Akingbasote harped on the need to keep the forest safe and ensure that people cultivate the habit of tree planting in the environment for the betterment of humanity. He noted that trees are important to human existence as they take up carbon dioxide from smokes and engines while giving human oxygen to breathe in. The Permanent Secretary commended efforts made by Ondo State government to ensure forest regeneration through public-private partnership arrangements with reputable companies and individuals who are willing to invest in trees planting. To ensure effective delivery in the area of information dissemination at the council level, information officers at the Local Government Service Commission have been engaged in a one-day capacity building in Akure, the state capital. Chairman of the commission, Femi Idris, while encouraging the participants on the need to make the best use of the opportunity, said the importance of information management at the local government level cannot be overemphasized. Omoriola Ngbiji has detail.
Application of information communication technology is found in almost all phases of endeavor, be it health, education, administration, governance, journalism, even information officers, who are the image makers of every organization. Their roles in all sectors cannot be ignored, hence the need for adequate training and exposure to privileges in assisting them to give their best to the growth of society. Chairman, Local Government Service Commission, Femi Idris, who was represented by Commissioner 1 in charge of training and manpower development in the commission, Ifedayo Iji, said the activities at the local government level has been underreported, hence the need to expose the officers to better ways of reportage for the betterment of the system.
We have seen the need to sharpen the reflexes of the information officers in the local government service. And for us, we've seen that we have been underreported over time, and that most of the activities going on in the local governments are not properly reported. So we saw that need and have taken the challenge.
To the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Bayo Ilawoli, the theme of the training, Global Approach to Information Technology, Role of Information Officers, was carefully chosen to assist members of the Fourth Estate of the Realm and key players in the policy formulation to deliver their duty effectively for the benefit of the local government service.
So we believe in a system that works, and for the system to work, we need those who are qualified, who will be available, not only available, but ready to provide the needed service support, not for the system alone, but for the generality of the people.
One of the guest lecturers, Bumi Adedayo, who spoke on information and communication technology in the 21st century, relevance of ICT to information officers, development and impact, harps on importance of information officers to be ICT compliant in order to contribute their quota towards the nation's development.
You know, when we were younger, information is all about journalists. But when you say information now, you start from data, from digital bytes of information to large information. So when you are talking about information, we are looking at, okay, the holistic definition of what information is all about. Information is not about communication alone. These are individuals responsible for communicating with the public.
Participants were elated at the opportunity, saying it is a welcome development.
This seminar has really intimated us with so many things that we need to know in handling ICT technology, in maximizing ICT equipment in information dissemination.
It's a plus, a great one indeed. Because all this illumination we have not had for some times, but with this refreshment, I think we are.
The one-day capacity building drew participants from across the 18 local government areas of Ondo State. Omoriola Hungbeji, Osrc News.
You're still watching Osrc News. At 7 after the break, we'll bring you more stories. Please stay with us.
Hard drugs will only make your life hard and make things harder for you. Think of the dangers of drug abuse to your life and future. Stop drug abuse today. Work on improving your life through refined daily routine. Life is good when devoid of drug abuse. This message is brought to you by the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, OSRC.
You are welcome back. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. The Ondo State Security Network Agency, Amotekun Corps, has foiled a major robbery plot on 3 commercial banks and an attempted kidnapping of some supermarket owners in the state. Amotekun has equally arrested Fatai Bami, one of the 7 bank robbers in Ore, while it is on the trail of the remaining 6 suspects. The commander of the state Amotekun Corps, Chief Adetunji Adeleye, disclosed to newsmen in Akure that 37 suspected criminals were apprehended across the state in the last few days. Our correspondent Kunle Ario has more.
A gang of 6 robbers allegedly came in from Sapele in Delta State with one Mr. Bami, an accomplice, with the aim of attacking 3 banks in the state. The gang was also plotting to kidnap the managing director of a supermarket in the state. Their plans were, however, foiled following a tip-off by a crack team of Amotekun Corps. Parading the suspect in Akure, the commander of the state Amotekun Corps, Chief Adetunji Adileye, said one of the arrested suspects is a member of a 7 gangmen from Delta State who specialize in kidnapping and bank robbery. He said from the intel, they were able to gather that the gang came to Ondo State with sinister motive.
Due to the diligence of our intel section, we were able to break the ranks of a gang that came all the way from Delta State for the purpose of kidnapping, robbery, and breaking and robbery of a bank in Irele local government. We were able to apprehend the mastermind who accommodated the robbers. We were equally able to get to the root of the target that they intend to kidnap, to give the officers and operatives of Amotekun Corps the feeling that it is mere robbery, whereas it is a dual operation, they planned robbery and kidnapping. Those who specializes in vandalizing critical government assets, they actually went with a trailer load to load pipes meant for a World Bank financed water project into a trailer and successfully offloaded it. So our operatives followed them until when they offloaded at a different location before they were apprehended.
Adele said 6 members of the gang are at large, but their convener who accommodated them was arrested and he confessed to the crime. He assured the public that they are working with other security agencies to ensure that the runaway suspects are apprehended and brought to justice. Adele further explained that the attention of the Corps has been shifted to working on credible intelligence to nip criminal activities in the bud. Kunle Ariyo, Osrc News.
Bandits have descended on 9 communities in upper local government area of Benue State, killing and setting houses on fire. The communities have become deserted as residents who survived the attack, which began a few days ago, have fled for their lives. While some locals gave the casualty figure as 25, the lawmaker representing the area in the State Assembly, Abu Umaru, said he had lost count. According to the lawmaker, about 95% of communities in the local government area have become desolate following the constant attacks. Umaru lamented that the situation had gone beyond the communities. No fewer than 2 female students of Nasarawa State University, Kefi, have been killed following a stampede that occurred at the university's Convocation Square. The Convocation Square was the venue for the distribution of palliatives to the students by Nasarawa State's government. As a result of the stampede, many others were left with several degrees of injuries. National President of Nasarawa State Student Association, Yunusa Badugu, said most of the students injured in the stampede had been rushed to hospitals for medical attention. Badugu commended the university's management, student leaders, and representatives of the state government for their prompt action in assisting the students to get quick medical attention. And on the foreign scene, no fewer than 1 million people are without power across Ukraine after Russian missiles targeted energy infrastructure. There is no electricity in the second largest city of Kharkiv, and more than 53,000 households in Odessa are without power. Ukraine's energy minister, German Kakulushenko, accused Russia of trying to provoke a large-scale failure of the country's energy system. Russia said it was revenge for recent Ukrainian attacks on Russian territory. At least 5 people have been reported killed and 14 injured. Still on the foreign scene, as a speedboat carrying more than a dozen Somali pirates bore down on their position in the Western Indian Ocean, the crew of a Bangladeshi-owned bulk carrier sent out a distress signal and called an emergency hotline. The pirates clambered aboard the Abdullah firing warning shots and taking the captain and second officer hostage before help could come. Adirunke Kolawole has the detail.
A distress signal and a call to an emergency hotline could not save the Abdullah from Somalia pirates. The Bangladesh-owned bulk carrier was bought last week, the latest victim of a resurgence in Somalia piracy that international navies thought they had previously brought under control. A week later, and the Abdullah is anchored off Somalia, speaking by telephone from a coastal area of semi-autonomous Portland region. One pirate financier who goes by the alias Ismaili E said international navies had reduced their operation off Somalia. That is as several hundred nautical miles to the north, Houthi militants have been launching repeated drone and missile strikes on international shipping in the Red Sea region since mid-November. Somalia's president Hassan Sheikh Mohamud says that distraction was encouraging piracy.
Incidents that took place, it's not higher level, but it can go if we do not stop while it's still at infancy stage.
For nearly a decade, joint international operation had kept piracy dormant in waters that include some of the world's busiest shipping lanes. Instigators were thought to have largely become inactive. Mahmoud says the answer is to boost Somalia's own law enforcement capabilities, both on land and in the sea. The Coast Guard, according to government data, has only one functioning boat. The capital, Mogadishu, the breakaway Somalia region, and Portland also have their own maritime police forces with limited resources. At their peak in 2011, Somali pirates launched 237 attacks and held hundreds of hostages, according to the International Maritime Bureau. That year, the Ocean Beyond Piracy Monitoring Group estimated the activities cost the global economy about $7 billion, including hundreds of millions in ransoms. The current rate of attack is significantly less. According to data from the EU's anti-piracy mission, UNAVFOR Atlanta, at least 2 cargo ships and 12 fishing vessels have been successfully seized since November. Over the weekend, the Indian Navy intercepted and freed another bulk carrier after it ventured back out to sea. The raids are piling risk and costs onto shipping companies. That includes in terms of additional war risk premium imposed by insurers and increased demand for pirate armed guards. But costs to global shipping companies may be of little concern on the Portland coast. There, fisherman Kami Kenya says some young Somalis have little choice other than turning to piracy.
If the illegal foreign fishing boats in our sea will not stop, our youth will have to defend their sea because they are losing their livelihoods.
He says when it's a case of a small-scale fisherman competing against international vessels, then, quote, the only option is for them to take up guns for revenge. Adirunke Kolawole, Osrc News.
And with our reports from the foreign scene, we conclude the news tonight. But before we go, a quick look at the top stories. We told you in the news that Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has reiterated his commitments to transforming Ondo State for the economic prosperity of the people. Bandits in Benue State have stunned 9 communities in Apa local government area, killing at least 25 people. And from the foreign scene, an attack on a Ukrainian facility by Russia has truncated power supply to no fewer than 1 million people. That's the news tonight. Thank you very much for watching. Good evening.